Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today I want to go through the 2026 Kiwi Coin, which is something that I really wanted to add to my collection. Having something from New Zealand, a 1 ounce silver coin that had something to do with New Zealand and was an actual New Zealand coin and actually was New Zealand currency. Something that is not easy to find. As you can see, we've got all the other key countries around the world that all have their 1 ounce silver coin, but New Zealand don't have one. And I thought this is something that only comes out once a year, and it's kind of a bit harder to get. It's quite limited to only 5,000, and I thought finally I was able to get the opportunity to get one. There is a bit of a premium to it, but let's have a look at this one, and then I'll go through it and compare to some of the other world coins. And like I said, I really wish they had. So I'm just going to be careful with this because, like, obviously it is a collectible, more collectible coin. All right. So as we can see here, we've got the Kiwi bird, and I'll pull this one out. It comes out on this pull-out card. So the capsule's very tall, so it makes it sticks out quite a bit from that, and it looks like this pops out from here, which is really, really cool. So this is meant to be a specimen, so I'm not 100% sure the difference between a specimen and just a normal BU or proof-like finish, but this is meant to be a specimen coin. And as we can see here, it does look like an almost proof-like finish with the frosted background. We've got King Charles, New Zealand, 2026, only 3 nines fine silver, 1 ounce. As you can see here, I'm pretty sure they use the same effigy as Australia. Does look like a really nice proof-like finish. And on this side here, we've got $1 just down the bottom there with a Kiwi bird on there. So I'll go through a little bit of the details of the actual design. So this is a North Island brown kiwi, and in the image it's depicting the kiwi bird calling in the night to Marama, which is the moon. So this is a depiction of the moon, and the kiwi bird is calling out. So they're cute little things. I've been over to New Zealand and actually seen them in the wild. They're obviously nocturnal, so you predominantly see them at the night time, but they're cool little kiwi birds. So this is something kind of iconic to New Zealand. So the retail was $128. So with silver getting close to $80 per ounce, that's not too bad premium for something that's quite limited and not easy to get. It's quite a wide coin. So as you can see, it's quite narrow, but quite wide for the 1 ounce coin compared to what you normally see with some of these other ones. If you look at the Australian silver, obviously they're a little bit wider, and it's very similar actually to the Australian kangaroo. So you're looking at these on the secondary market now from anywhere from 140 to 210. So they're not something that goes gangbusters from a secondary market point of view, but it is something pretty cool. So it's released out of the New Zealand Post. So if we look at this, it goes through a little bit of the details. So as you can see here, mint is 5,000. It's got a little bit of the issue. So this is a Dan Thorne United Kingdom design, but that's the same one that Australia pretty much uses in its effigy point of view. And it's got $1 New Zealand. On the back of here, we can actually see that it's got NZ Post and Reserve Bank of New Zealand on there, which I think is pretty cool. So we can see a little bit of the details about the story and what we're looking at on the actual image itself. So I think it's cool. It's a series that's been going on for quite a while. I think it's potentially, I'm not sure if it's 20 or 40 years. This series has been going on, but it's definitely really, really cool to have that. And finally, for me to finally have a New Zealand coin to add to the rest of my key world coins. And obviously Australia and New Zealand are pretty close, so it's definitely something cool. So obviously we've got the Australian 1 ounce silver. So this is the 2026 edition. I'll be doing a separate video on this one if it's something that you're interested in, on where the security mark is and to ensure you don't have a fake. What are the key hallmarks to look out for? Another key one that people like to get is the Britannia out of England. So looking forward to the 2026 edition, but that's a 25 edition. We've got the US Mint 2025 Silver Eagle. I always forget to flip it the wrong way. This is the Series 2 Silver Eagle, one that's going to be impossible pretty much to get for the 2025 edition. This is the Mexican Libertad, so this is the 2024 edition, but the 2025 edition had a very low mintage, so in the hundreds, so it's going to be very hard. Krugerrand 2025, a really cool one. Not sure which way I'm going to flip some of these. Canadian Maple, probably one of the best from a design and quality point of view. By far a really cool one to get. So this is the 2025 Maple, and then we've got the Chinese Panda 2025 30-gram coin. Another one here is the Philharmonics out of Austria, the 1.5 euro coin. This one looks like it's got a few milk spots on it, as you can see here, for 2025. And then the South African one of Somalia, 100 shillings. This is the 2025 edition as well with the elephants. This is one where the design changes every year. So there's a couple of them that changes the design. So this one changes every year as well, but obviously this is in a little bit higher production, but proof like finish, really good finish here. It looks like I've got some milk spots on this one as well. Unfortunately, yeah, I've got a few milk spots on that. But they are, end of the day, just bullion coins. So love to know what you think about this Kiwi coin, this Kiwi specimen coin. I think you would potentially get it in a few other different ways as well. But I think having this one is definitely, for me, a nice little one to add to that kind of list that I like to have of different coins from around the world. It's not a series I'll be looking to collect. It's not something I'll be getting every year and making sure I have one, but it's just one that I wanted to have one of a New Zealand coin. You can often get New Zealand coins, but they don't have New Zealand on the back of it as a currency. It's got Tuvalu and a few other of the different islands, but I really wanted one that actually had New Zealand 1 ounce silver on the back. That was one for me I was really looking to get as part of my stack. So let us know your thoughts. As always, make sure you do give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. It was a little bit late. I know the coin came out a little while ago, but I haven't had an opportunity to get to these. I've got a lot of videos to make at the moment. As always, make sure you do subscribe to stay up to date and see all the cool coins that are coming out at the moment. I'm going to do a bit of a review on the year that was, especially. It was a very special year for gold and silver. And as always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'm going to catch you in my next video. Dan.